So today I'm gonna talk about the anatomy of candlesticks. A webinar on anatomy candlesticks aims to help participants understand and interpret candlesticks charts for financial analysis, enabling them to make informed decisions in trading and investment. So an bullish candle, here it is named as an upper shadow or a wick. And this is the lower shadow or the wick also. So if it was a bullish candle, it's gonna open from the lower to the upper. But concerning the bearish candle, it is gonna open from the upper to the lower. And here, this is the real body. And those two are also the wicks. Now I'm gonna tell you what is a doji star. So in an uptrend situation, we should imagine that a team builds that has been winning for a while and pushing the prices up the field. Now there is a doji, like a timeout, and both teams are unsure who will win the next round. But if we have a downtrend situation, the picture is in a different game. So where the other team, the bears, dominated and pushing the prices down. Suddenly a doji appears, signaling that the losing teams are the bullish that are gathering strength to fight back. Concerning the long-legged doji, it is a far from dramatic candle, and it says that prices moved far higher on the day, but then profit taking kicked in, and typically a very large upper shadow is left, and a close below the midpoint of the candle shows a lot of weakness, and here is an example of a long leg doji. This is why we call it a long leg doji, because the lower wick is bigger than the upper one. And we could see that here, after it, we have a bearish trend. And in a gravestone doji, as the name implies, it is probably the most ominous candle of all. On that day, price rallied, but could not stand the altitude they achieved. By the end of the day, they came back and closed at the same level. Here is an example of a gravestone doji. So here we don't have a lower wick. Here is an example. After it, we're gonna have a downtrend. Concerning the dragonfly doji, when prices opened high, sold off, and then returned to the opening price, dragonflies are fairly infrequent. When they do occur, however, they often resolve bullishly provided the stock is not already overbought as shown by Bollinger Bands and indicators such as stochastic. As we said, we don't have an upper wick, we only have a lower wick. Here is an example where we're gonna also have a downtrend. So named because concerning the hangman candle, it is named like that because it looks like a person who has been executed with legs swinging beneath. Always occurs after an extended uptrend. The hangman occurs because traders seeing a sell-off in the shares rush in to grab the stock at bargain price. So in order for the hanging man signal to be valid, the following conditions must exist. So the stock must have been in a definite uptrend before the signal occurs. This can be visually seen on the chart. The lower shadow must be at least twice the size of the body. The day after the hanging man is formed, one should witness continued selling, and there should be no upper shadow or a very small upper shadow. So the color of the body does not matter, but a black body would be more positive than a white body. Now concerning the hammer. It puts in its appearance after prolonged downtrend. On the day of the hammer candle, there is a strong selling, often beginning at the opening bell. As the day goes on, however, the market recovers and closed near the unchanged mark, or in some cases even higher. In these cases, the market potentially is hammering out a bottom. So in order for the hammer signal to be valid, the following conditions must be valid. So the stock must have been in a definite downtrend before the signals occurs. This can be visually also seen on the chart. The lower shadow must be at least twice the size of the body, and the day after the hammer is formed, one should witness continued buying, and there should be no upper shadow or a very small upper shadow. So the color of the body does not matter, but a white body would be more positive than the black one. Concerning a bullish engulfing candle, so it occurs after a significant downtrend. Note that the engulfing candle must encompass the real body of the previous candle, but need not surround the shadow. So in order for the engulfing signal to be valid, the following conditions must exist. So first, the stock must have been in a definite downtrend before the signal occurs. This can be visually also seen on the chart. And on the second day of the signal should be a white candle opening below the close of the previous day and closing above the open of the previous day's black candle. Here is an example of the bearish engulfing body of the candle. So after it, we're gonna have also a downtrend. So when we have a shooting star, it can appear only at a potential market top. If a shooting star occurs after a candle with a large real body, typically it is that much stronger a warning because it shows that the price cannot sustain high levels. So the day the shooting star occurs, the market ideally should gap higher, and the stock should then rally sharply. At this point, it appears as though the longs are in complete control. So sometimes during the day, however profit-taking ensues, the stock closes near to the unchanged market, as shown by a small real body. So therefore, a shooting star has a small real body and a large upper shadow. Typically, there will be either no lower shadow or a very small one. Now, in order for the shooting star signal to be valid, the following conditions must exist. So first, the stock must have been in a definite uptrend before the signal occurs. This can be visually also seen on the chart. And the upper shadow must be at least twice the size of the body. The day after the shooting star is formed, one should witness continued selling, and there should be no lower shadow or a very small lower shadow. The color of the body does not matter, but a black. Here is also an example of the shooting star. After it, we're gonna have a bearish trend. Thank you so much for watching, and in case you wanted to join our academy and to stay in touch with our courses, you could scan here, okay? And thank you so much.